Welcome to the Official Personality Guru. The ENFJ is warm, engaging, charismatic, persuasive, and talkative. These personality traits contribute to their status as kings and queens of the social realm. ENFJs can quickly read and establish rapport with others because of their love for people and formidable social intelligence. ENFJs develop extensive networks of friends, acquaintances, and social connections. They are networkers par excellence. Just as ESPs seek a breadth of sensory experiences or SE, so it is with ENFJs' relationships and interactions with people or FE. ENFJs discover their people skills rather early in life. Indeed, their self-esteem and self-image largely develop around their social prowess. With each new person they encounter and connect with, their self-concept and self-worth are reinforced. Over time, ENFJs gradually become aware of their power to influence and persuade others. At some point, they realize they can use their powers of persuasion to get nearly anything they want. From that point forward, they must wrestle with the degree to which they are willing to use their charm and charisma to achieve their goals. They can take an end justifies the means approach, manipulating and politicking their way to the top. Or they can forego the temptation of quick success and preserve their integrity. When ENFJs experience grief, they can have a difficult time showing their true feelings to the world. They usually feel pressure to maintain a calm presence around people, especially others who are suffering. They may initially repress their emotions to tend to others who are grieving or to fix things that need fixing. Eventually, their own emotions bubble up to the surface and they find themselves seeking support. They're usually good at empathizing with other people who are grieving as well as finding support when they are ready to talk. It's important for them not to take on the role of supporter too heavily and never get around to processing their own emotions. Many ENFJs report that exercising while they process their thoughts and emotions is helpful. If despair or stress is chronic, ENFJs may fall into an uncharacteristically critical stage. They may appear more harsh, critical, and exacting than usual and may withdraw from people. They can get stuck analyzing what happened and finding ways to blame themselves for what went wrong. Today, let's talk about ENFJ loss, how the ENFJ copes with the many forms of loss. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the Official Personality Guru and ring the bell icon to get regular updates on our latest uploads. And if you like this video, click the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. ENFJs spend a lot of their time taking care of the needs of other people. They are deeply in tune with the emotional atmosphere around them and innately want to keep morale high and the mood pleasant. They are generally tactful, warm, considerate, and in many cases very selfless. Because they are so in touch with other people's emotions, being in conflict situations is exhausting and overwhelming for many of them. Having to give and receive criticism and potentially hurt someone else's feelings is something that can make their heart beat rapidly and their palms sweat. Sometimes, over-empathizing and feeling the moods of others for so long can cause them to burn out. ENFJs are also notoriously perfectionistic. As idealists, they have an intensely beautiful image of the future, and they want to reach such intense passion that it can be all-consuming. In pursuit of their vision, they can wear themselves out and put their own needs last as they take care of others and work to achieve their ideal future. As judging types, ENFJs also hate disrupted plans, interruptions, people who shirk their responsibilities at the last minute, and having things poorly organized all frustrate them. ENFJs feel responsible for their environment not so much in the sense that they have to have everything perfectly clean, but in the sense that they try to arrange everything to meet the needs of others. For example, if people come over, they might have glasses of lemonade on hand, or if there's a party, they might circulate through the room to make sure everyone feels included. People who are careless about the moods of others or who disrupt their plans can cause a lot of irritation. Loss is never really enjoyable to endure, even for those who can cope well with it. Having to deal with losing something or someone can be one of the most painful experiences. There are many different kinds of losses we can experience in life. Sometimes this is death. And other times it is simply a change that forces us to lose something meaningful. Whether it be a small loss or something major, Experiencing letting go of something so important to you can be truly painful, and for some, it is overwhelming. Each person has their way of processing these feelings. For some, the idea of letting go hits them much harder, and for others, it is something they seem to handle much better. ENFJs are compassionate and giving people, but this can make it harder for them to process their own emotions. Since ENFJs become so focused on tending to the needs and emotions of others, they can neglect their inner feelings and struggles. They don't find it easy or natural to focus on their feelings, and so sometimes they can struggle to process or understand them. When the ENFJ experiences a great loss in their lives, it can be rather difficult for them to process or cope with these feelings. The ENFJ doesn't always know how to keep moving forward. Instead, they might struggle to find the right ways to properly heal from what they are going through. How about you, as an ENFJ or any other type of personality? How do you cope with the many forms of loss? Be sure to watch until the end and share your experience for a chance to have your comment pinned. Accepting loss. Accepting the loss is a difficult challenge for ENFJs, as they might be in denial about this for a while. They have this inner desire to fix things or find a way to always make them better. When they lose something or someone important, their minds try to find ways to get back whatever they have lost. They might not know how to fully accept it, instead will bargain and search for ways to make things right again. Losing something or someone they love is not easy for the ENFJ, and is often one of their greatest fears in life. Loss is something ENFJs try hard to avoid, which is why they can be high-stress individuals. Since they want so desperately to avoid loss, they are constantly trying to figure out ways to take care of everyone and keep them close and safe. This is why ENFJs can struggle to move on from a bad relationship, even when they know that things can't be mended. Letting go is not easy for them, and they often try to avoid change when they can. For the ENFJ, acceptance is one of the hardest parts, and so it often takes a while before they can fully accept their loss. When they do reach that point, it becomes easy for the ENFJ to move forward and let go, especially if it is the right thing to do. Of course, letting go of relationships that are bad for them can still be hard for the ENFJ. It is much easier than letting go of someone who has passed on. For the ENFJ, this type of loss can be somewhat crippling at times, and they don't always know how to cope in the healthiest of ways. They might try hard to be strong for everyone, appearing as if they have accepted things and can continue moving forward. What the ENFJ experiences on the inside is often much different than what they allow others to see on the outside. Before we continue, if you enjoy the video, make sure to give us a like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the Official Personality Guru for more amazing videos. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to stay updated with our content. Their process. At first, the ENFJ might focus on trying to fix the problem or take care of everyone around them. Tending to the emotions and needs of others is much more natural for the ENFJ than focusing on themselves. If the loss is something that allows them to pick up the pieces around them, they will focus on these more practical functions. Tending to the needs of others is something that can serve as a distraction for the ENFJ, especially if they are struggling internally. While the ENFJ might put on a strong face and make it appear as if they are fine, they often need more time alone when they are experiencing a great loss. When they are alone, this is when they are more likely to become introspective and even spend time wallowing in these feelings. ENFJs take any kind of loss hard and might blame themselves when something doesn't go as planned. When they lose someone or something important, the ENFJ does tend to feel guilty and finds ways of blaming themselves even when they shouldn't. They always want to find a way to fix things and fix the people around them and feel guilty if they cannot do this. It takes a long time before ENFJs can feel safe sharing their feelings with people, since they don't want to feel like a burden. Expressing their inner emotions just isn't easy or natural, and so they often need companions who can force them to do this. Having someone who makes them feel safe enough to express their feelings is important for the ENFJ to heal. They have a hard time reaching this point, since they never want to feel like they are letting people down and don't want to burden them with their emotions. Moving on. ENFJs might appear like they can move on, but on the inside, it is not quite so easy. They try to keep moving forward and will continue taking care of people and their responsibilities. When the ENFJ loses someone important, letting go is truly painful and not something they do easily. But most of the time, ENFJ will carry this pain inside for a very long time and struggle to find ways to heal and move on properly. They don't know how to accept those emotions fully and struggle to feel safe enough to express them to those around them.